Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of MelBeezee Cooks. In today's episode, I'm going to be teaching you how I make chicken tinola. It's a Filipino dish. It's really easy to make and really yummy. And for this recipe, all you're gonna need is chicken. I have the big drumsticks, but you can use like the wings or the small drumettes. I just like to use the bigger drums for this recipe, and I have, looks like 5 pieces of the big drumsticks. You're gonna need some ginger, some garlic, some chayote. This is like, I don't know, it's like a squash. It's in the squash family, but it's not really, I don't know. It's just, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a chayote. And then you're gonna also need, you can either use pepper leaves. This is what my mom always uses. And I know some people like to put spinach in here instead of the pepper leaves. If you can't find the pepper leaves, I get this at the Oriental Market in like the freezer section. You can just use spinach leaves. Okay, so with the garlic, you just want to mince that up, and then with the ginger, you just want to peel it, and then I just slice them into like little strips like this. And then also you want to peel and cut up the chayote about like 1.5 inch squares like that. And this gets really slippery and feels kind of sticky when you peel it, so I always wear gloves when I peel this. Okay, in this big pan, just warm it up, and then we're gonna add some oil. Couple tablespoons. Once that's warmed up, I'm gonna add in my garlic. I'm just gonna cook that for a few seconds. I normally would have more garlic, but I actually only had 3 pieces of garlic left. I couldn't believe it. We usually have tons of garlic in this house. So this was 3 pieces of garlic. I think 6 would be better. And then once you start smelling that garlic, go ahead and put in the ginger. And the ginger, I'm using about, it was like 1.5 inches. Just gonna help break those up. And then once you can smell the ginger, you add in the chicken. And I kind of just want to brown this up a little bit. We're not going to be cooking it through, but I do want to brown it up a little bit. Okay, so it's been cooking for about maybe 4 to 5 minutes. I ended up adding a little bit more ginger in. I added about maybe another inch or 1/2 inch to 1 inch of ginger, because I really like it with a lot of ginger. Once this starts to brown and it has a little bit of color on it, like it is right now, we're going to add in the water. This is going to be like the broth, the base of the broth. And this is going to just depend on how much soup you want with the tinola. Okay, so that's 3 big bowls of water. And then we're gonna bring this back to a boil, and then we'll go ahead and season that once it gets back to a boil. Just gonna cover this with the lid. Okay, so we're going to season this with some fish sauce. This is the one that we have right here. It just says fish sauce. The brand is 3 Crabs brand. This is our favorite one. We just like this one better. There are lots of brands, but this is the one that we get. Just get any fish sauce that you can find. And okay, so I'm gonna start off probably 2 of these spoons. I'm actually all out of fish sauce. I think I have another bottle though, hopefully. So we'll start with 2, and then we'll give it a taste. If it needs more salt, we'll add more fish sauce. And we want to cook the chicken all the way through before we add in the vegetables, because those just cook up really fast. So I just tasted this, the broth part, and it's actually perfect. The seasoning is not too salty, and I think I put in 2, well, I know for sure I put in 2, and then the rest of the bottle, so I would probably say it was like 2.5 spoons of these big spoons full. And the chicken isn't quite cooked yet. I'm going to keep cooking that, and then in a few more minutes we're going to add in the vegetables. Okay, so once the chicken is cooked, we're going to drop in the sayote and cook that for a few minutes. And actually I'm going to also drop in the pepper leaves. You actually don't even really need to defrost this. We're just going to drop the whole thing in, and then the leaves will just break apart. And these leaves are really tiny. You'll see what I mean. See, they're like really small leaves. It just gives it flavor. They're not spicy, even though they're from the peppers. They're not spicy, they just give a lot of flavor. And just let that cook. Alright, so this has been boiling for another, I think about 10 minutes. So I think I lied. I thought that these would cook faster, but I don't think they did. But they are cooked now, and it's so yummy, and the chicken is like falling off the bone, which is how I like it actually. So yeah, it's really, really yummy. You eat this over rice. I'm gonna turn this off. So just eat this over rice, and I always like to drown my rice with a lot of the soup. I hope you guys give this a try, and if you like it, let me know down in the comments down below. And if you have any other requests for cooking videos, also leave those down below. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye everyone!